both gone deep. Oh,
he's lost it. 5 wide.
Oh no.
No, you can't do that. Oh, and he's around. Big crash. Oh, Dali's gone into him. He's going to go for the move. He's going to go for the move. Back at him. Oh, the Tito's gone for it. He's thrown it away at last. The Tito's gone for a massive dive. And unfortunately, it's
Oh my god.
Oh, there's a huge crash off the start line. Absolutely monumental. This is going to be a safety car. No.
That's just
On the curve. And he's going to have carnage. It's a big moment from there. He's going to struggle to stop that. He's in the wall.
That's out.
oh,
So, do not like one another.
And yeah, I can see why.
Shut the back, a big crash. Alex Cattle's in the fence. It's around.
Team white cubes while you're racing a race car, you either haven't got the mod installed or you're on some very good drugs.
Hello and welcome to Hidden Valley Raceway in Darwin for round 5 of the Automobilista Supercars Super 2 Championship. Joining me in the comm box tonight is going to be Brodie Steen, but at the minute, as we can see, we've actually got him on track here.
Yeah, I've decided I'll show you the way around Hidden Valley tonight with a quick hot lap. Right, I'm going to fire up the old test car, the FGX. I'm just going to do a quick lap here. Right, here we go. Flying start. Light her up. Very short run to T1, which is this very tight little right-hander, and then flicks straight into a left-hander. Right, longest straight in Australian motorsport coming up outside of Mount Panorama as we get up to second gear. Then hard on the anchors. Oh, we've missed the apex there big time. We're off in the grass. Another quick flick left and right. Then we go up the hill here into the very familiar hairpin section of Hidden Valley. Very tight there. Yeah. Now another very tight first gear corner. Oh, that's a shocking line through there. That's woeful. Gonna go very tight in the steering there. Here we go. Another quick run up to a hairpin. And that's a lap of Hidden Valley. It's a bit shorter than I remembered, and quite a lot slower as well, somehow.
Yeah, I'm going to say I don't remember that layout of Hidden Valley.
This layout's quite a bit different than the one we ran last year.
Yeah, I can't say I remember it. Are you sure you're at the right venue, mate?
I think I might have got lost. Hang on a minute, I'll just go for a bit of a drive here. How do I get out of this place? Right. Yeah, we're nearly running into old mate's shed. I think I'm heading the right way here. No, we're back on the kart track. Let's go through the forest a bit.
You haven't actually found the venue, is what you're telling me?
Not yet. Oh, here we go. This looks promising. This looks more like it. Here's a fence. I reckon we're here, boys.
It's not looking familiar to me.
Caution.
I've got to find a way into this place first. Oh, no. That's not where I wanted to go.
This is starting to look more like it.
Yes. I'm curious what this white fence is here. I want to get in there. I reckon that's the track.
I don't
Here
think
we go.
it is.
Here we go. This looks more like Hidden Valley Raceway I know here.
It does not look like Hidden Valley Raceway.
Oh. Alright, here we go. We've come out through the pit gate here. They're on the circuit. Bit of sprint car action here.
This looks like Northline Speedway.
Oh no, I've spun it. Need to just turn right to go left action, I reckon.
Yeah.
Here at Hidden Valley. Righto, here we go. First corner here, left-hander. Very big banking here at this Hidden Valley Raceway. Right, another left-hander, and that's the lap. That was very quick. I reckon that was about 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's even quicker than I remember.
Right. I reckon this should be a great race here at Hidden Valley Raceway. I reckon.
Caution.
Well, there's plenty of overtaking.
How many laps have
opportunity.
we got tonight? It's about
We've got 12
15
laps,
lap, isn't it?
12 laps and 20 laps.
12 laps. 12 laps. That'll take about 2 minutes around there, I reckon.
Well,
Now we're in the paddock here. I think we'll just park up.
and we'll actually get to the action on the circuit because we've got 11 minutes to go, and we are now actually at Hidden Valley Raceway. We've found our way through the entrance gate. Unlike our co-commentator here, who's got lost in the boonies on the way to the venue.
Find it and eventually here.
You look like you're on the circuit now.
Yeah, I'm on the circuit at the moment. I'm still lost though. I'm out in the weeds. Just give me a minute here. I'll find my way back eventually. I'll tell you when I'm ready to go.
Alright, no worries. We'll keep an eye on the practice. Just have some technical dramas with my monitor. Bear with me, friends.
Alright, I think I found it.
Okay, so you've actually found Hidden Valley Raceway this time.
Yeah, we're at Hidden Valley Raceway here on the main straight. Ready to go into the fastest run to turn 1 in Australian motorsports. Make sure we've got the line locker on and dump the clutch and go. Right, here we go, flat out blast down this long straight. And across the line, I reckon that's about a 15-second time there. Get the parachute out.
So what you're telling me
There's
is
a
that
caution
you've
flag
successfully found every venue at Hidden Valley Raceway except for the actual circuit.
I think so. I think there's one more thing I've got to find though, and I'll get back to you on that one. So you go back to the practice action while I find my way around this place.
Oh. Let me just find my mouse.
I'm just going to go for a change of car first. That's alright.
That is perfectly fine. Well, we're going to get on to practice and we're going to watch the action here. We've currently got Termo who's set the fastest time. So that's impressive. He's done a 6.3 out of the gate. We've got 8 minutes 40 left in this session. Got a strong field of winky cars so far. Expecting a couple more though to jump in. Daiwn in P2, he's running a special Indigenous livery for this round. We thank you for that, for supporting the Indigenous round concept. Would have liked to have seen a few more out there.
Yeah, it's been a great initiative put on by Cole to celebrate the Indigenous community.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Cole won't be joining us this week on the racetrack, but I'm not sure if he is there in the comms booth. He's sitting here with us, but
I am.
hi Cole, mate.
Hey Cole.
Hi, boys.
It's good that you could join us, even though you can't really join us in spirit.
Oh, let's just say I had a spark plug lead loose and needed to be plugged back in.
Well, I'm glad that the spark's back going again.
Can't wait to see you firing all 8 cylinders again, Cole.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Me too.
You don't run too well on 7, especially
No,
Hidden Valley
no,
Raceway.
no.
No,
Yeah, as
man, it's a
Cromwell
shame
would
I can't
say,
be out there tomorrow night, but
yeah, you don't want to be running down the main straight here sounding like an old tractor, as Cromwell would say.
So, Daiwn Licato's, he's on some pretty good pace here at the minute.
yeah, good pace into the fence.
As he just puts it into the fence. Right on here.
It's looking pretty tight between the top three there at the moment.
It certainly is. RSM Latino's just jumped up. I expect this to be a strong track for him. He's won races here last year, that's right. He did win, I'm pretty sure he won 2 races and he's up on the fastest time so far. I expect this to be a venue where he fights back. So
I had a pretty good, actually had a pretty good battle with him last year in the main game event as well.
He actually beat me in one of the main game races here last year. So, believe it or not. So, looking to him to have a good result. While we've got some time, I'm going to flick through some people. I'm just going to go back to Steve Burko. The Mute Simsport cars have put out a new livery for this round. It was actually meant to be for Winton, but obviously we didn't get to run at Winton. So they're there in the Mute Simsport cars. Liam Buds rejoined us for this round, so it's good to see him back. William Bethel is also another newcomer to the series, having participated in our fun race at Sydney about 3 weeks ago. So it's good to see new faces. Scott Murrell also joining us to make it a 2-car team for the Ultimate 9 racing cars in the Super 3 series. So it'll be interesting to see how he does. He's currently the fastest of the Super 3 runners, so it's making a good impression as he improves. And we've got Kai Jones, who's also running an Indigenous livery this round. I believe he's changed his sponsor to just gonna flip over to the other screen here on this one. I believe it is Vegemite sponsored. So some Indigenous artwork on the car as well.
Sorry to interrupt, but I think I've found my way onto the track here. I've borrowed a Stadium Super Truck from the Norwell guys, and I've found Hidden Valley Raceway.
You finally found Hidden Valley Raceway, mate. Well, that's
So here we
good.
go.
Oh, give me
We're lining up.
sec. Give me a sec. I'll just get that up on my screen. We can see you do a hot lap.
Here we go. Hot lap of Hidden Valley in a Stadium Super Truck.
Just
Since
getting
we kind of cooked our Falcon there before.
Just getting it up for everybody. It's being a bit weird for me at the minute. Just give me a second. I'm having some technical difficulties. Some technical difficulties.
Bit worry hearing you have having difficulties getting it up there, Stenny.
Yeah, it's not the most ideal thing to have happen, is it, on race day?
Certainly isn't.
Alrighty. So
Right, so here we go. It's Hidden Valley Raceway here.
it is.
Stadium
It
Super
looks
Truck
like
hot
Hidden
lap.
Valley Raceway. Actually, no. It looks like the entrance to Hidden Valley Raceway. What are you doing to me?
Alright, here we go. Let the revs rise. Let the automatic gearbox do its thing off the line. Right, sharp left here. Up this big ramp. Chuck it into second. Big flat shift up to third. And here we go. Nose diving. I think we found it, boys. We found Hidden Valley Raceway.
Yeah,
There we go. There you make a grand entrance in a stadium super truck.
Do you reckon you can park that thing near the comms box?
Oh, I gotta try and find it first.
Watch out, yellow flag.
Here you go, watch out, crowd. This isn't the Ford Mustang. See, where is the comms box here?
You've been disqualified.
I believe it's on the
We're gonna go and
Yeah,
watch some
the end of
racing
the
with the
pit lane.
crowd here, I reckon. Right, I'll run back to the comms box in a bit. I think I can see it from here.
Alright, no worries. We'll catch you when you get there. So, that's been a bit of light-hearted entertainment. Obviously, I spent a bit of time developing this track. Now, 7 years ago, believe it or not. So, I know Cole's sitting there in the comms box. He was around at the time where I was still putting this thing together, but it's been 7 years since I started this track. Unbelievably.
That's correct, mate. It's been a
How
long time.
How time flies, and it took about a year to get the thing to state which it is, where we're racing on it today. And while it could be improved, it still goes alright for its age. What game is this? This game is Automobilista by Reza Studios.
Good to see the two Warwick racing cars up front.
Yeah, I've just noticed that Steve Warwick's jumped up as well, so it's good for him. We've had a
Great for the team.
few more people join us. We're going to have a pretty large grid here tonight. William Bethel jumps up. He jumps up to 12th. So this should be an exciting qualifying session. I expect that Corey Macfarlane is going to be the one to beat in this session, though. Like, he has been the pace setter. Well, someone's just said it doesn't look like Automobilista. Well, it is Automobilista, as the league is called Automobilista Supercars Championship. And the channel is called Automobilista Supercars. So... just waiting for this session to draw to a close, to some people circulating.
I've heard the track security looking for some loon who nicked a stadium super truck there before. Don't exactly know who that is, but we've just got to keep an eye out on them.
Yeah, I think I might have an idea who it is.
All I can say is I know nothing. I don't know what they're on about.
Fair enough. Well, these cars are in Automobilista SpeedX Motorsport League, but they're available because of the hard work of people in and around our little community that get things done. Myself and Cole, and the others.
Yeah.
What happened to the cars? So we're lining up for qualifying.
Can we give awards to the best 45-degree angle park here?
Oh, you can? Everybody's actually obeyed
Oh,
the rule
we've all-
today.
They've all left the pit, so I was going to have a look down the lane and see who was the most accurate angle, but a bit late for that now.
Termo's the first out of the out, so we're just going to pick him up. And I can get him on my screen. There he is.
It's a bit of a mad rush out the lane.
I like that new mute sim spot. They're very inspired by used to be a
Walkinshaw.
inspired livery.
Walkinshaw.
Definitely a lot of Walkinshaw fans in this league by the looks of things. Quite a few liveries inspired by their cars.
Definitely.
I'm going to hedge my bets that Termo's a Murph fan by the look of the number on his car.
Yeah, he did elect to use the number 51. I'm not sure if that's got something to do with Greg Murphy, but I'm going to say that it possibly does. So he comes
We
into
see him
turn
on the
one.
run. Here we go up to T4. Does he make the corner? Yes, he does. Need a shocking qualifying commentator here.
We come around this corner. It's very important to hug the inside here, get on the power without sliding. This corner is all about making both these apexes. You've got to hit this one and then you've got to hit this one, or else you run yourself too wide and go way over that curb, and he's done that perfectly. Come down here to the last corner. We'll see what kind of number he pumps out.
So someone's had a bit of trouble on the exit of the final corner there by looking at those telltale skid marks.
Oh, and that's not a good camera. But see everyone jump up as they cross the line. So we've got Daiwn who's currently fastest.
Yeah, you'll be able to watch the totem pole, see where your favourite driver pops up.
He's done a great job.
So Termo's up again on his sector. So
Yeah, he's purple to the first sector as well.
I'm going to keep that shot running and open there on that screen. I'm just going to go to Termo as he comes through here. He's actually up even more. He's up 2/10 on his PB, so he crosses the line. He goes to P1 with a 6.0. That's a pretty competitive time. It will be interesting to see if anybody else jumps up.
Oh, he's made a meal of turn one this lap.
Yeah, he's gone off
So,
the road there.
lap aborted.
Lap aborted. We're going to watch Corey Macfarlane because we feel like he is going to be the pace setter tonight, and he's up by a tenth into the first sector, or close enough too.
He's had some massive attitude over those curbs as well.
Yeah,
Really pushing this lap.
the car was very out of control. I don't think that's the fast way to do it, but hasn't hurt the lap time. And he's up by 0.047.
Uses all the runoff on the final corner there. I reckon this will be a quick one.
And he's done a
There we go.
5.9, so he goes to provisional pole.
First 5 of the night.
Interesting to see how these drivers go here. I'm not sure if you can get 2 laps or it's 1 lap, or how it's working in this quali. I'm going to say it's going to be 2-3 laps on the tyres before they're shot.
Yeah, this tyre compound you get about 2 laps before they got sort of at their optimal point, and then you don't really get that many hot laps before you you start to lose grip. It's about finding the right part of the session to go out in and set the hot lap. Oh, he's all over the curbs there.
Actually,
This one will be a
Martino's
bit slower than his last lap.
on a good sector. He's only 0.035 down from Corey Macfarlane's fastest time. As Corey crosses the line, he's obviously got an off track there. We're going to go to RSM Latino, see what time he does. And he goes to P5. How close is it at the top between these guys?
Yeah, this is tight at the moment. Top 6 covered by less than 4 tenths.
And RSM Latino's backed out of that one. Let's see who else. Right. Lachlan Bourke down in P6. He's having a bit of a struggle. Dan Liccardo crosses the line. He doesn't improve. He stays P3. Demo's going out for another lap. Good showing from Termo. It's only his second round back in this series after being our 2019 champion, and he's reminding everyone that he is a former champion of this series.
I have to say, it looks like Corey Macfarlane is getting held up massively by Dodger here on this lap. And he's pulling into the lane. That was just an in-lap.
Does appear to be the case. So Termo's just started a lap. Daiwn Liccardo appears to be on one.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried he got held up by a few of the Ultimate 9 cars there. Oh, he's pinched the brake big time.
Gaggle of them.
But he's still up.
He's up by a fair margin, and Termo is also up to the first sector, so...
Oh, that's going to ruin the lap, I reckon. That was a bad exit out of the final corner. Yeah, that has killed the lap massively there.
Just noticed Corey Macfarlane's left the server. Termo's made a mistake in the middle sector of that lap. RSM Latino's crossing the starter lap.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on him because he's got good pace around Hidden Valley. I think he got a P4 in the main game race here last year when we were running the alternate tyre sets.
Yeah, as I say, he was really strong. He ended up beating me, so I remember him being hesitant to race me, and I'm like, mate, it's a race. Doesn't matter you're a Super 2 driver. Have a real go at it.
You've got better grip, you might as well go for it.
Lachlan Bourke's really struggling, it must be said. So,
Oh, he's gone in very deep to that corner there. Big slide on the entry.
keep an eye on everyone else. Kai Jones is currently the fastest of our Super 3 runners.
Yeah, so it looks like someone's taken my line onto the drag strip back there. And someone just spin into the entry wall of the drag.
Oh yeah, I can see that, it's Termo. So,
Right.
I'm going to get a replay of that, see what's happening.
It looks like
here.
someone's gone in there before him as well by the look of the skid marks.
Yeah, there's skid marks there. Oh, just a big slide and into the wall. That was all she wrote. Termo's now back in the pit lane. Kai Jones is getting out of the way of faster runners. Daiwn Liccardo's on the lap. He's
On a green sector at the moment.
Hans Brunswick's also on a PB, but he's not up on the best time. He's just had a bin off into the wall, so we're going to flick over to that. So just get you a replay of that one. So
Hans is our last start winner as well in the one-off event we did at Sydney Olympic Park.
he actually is, yeah. We failed to mention that. Hans grabbed a win in that. So against some of the main game guys. So it's a good result from Hans.
I'm going to not mention what I did to Stenny in that race. We want to put that one behind us.
He drove like Thomas McMillan.
Yeah, I paid a visit to the Thomas McMillan high performance driving experience on the off season, and it's paid dividends apparently. Oh, and Matt Cecil, that is a huge crash in the Pepsi Max car.
Crash. We're gonna get a replay of that one too.
Looks like he's put it on the grass on the he's whacked the curb. It's unsettled the rear end and he's just flicked him around.
Yeah, that's a big
hit
off
on the
there,
inside
and that's distracted Daiwn Liccardo from what was his final run in this quali session. We're just noticing that the quali has actually come to a conclusion, the time, so we'll see where everyone is actually sitting. Corey's our fastest driver. Daiwn Liccardo, his laps run. We've got Termo in third. RSM Latino's in fourth. That's a pretty good effort. Lewis Wedding in fifth. Hans Brunswick in inverted number 9 for number 9 racing. We've got Lachlan Bourke in 7th. That's a low performance from him. Steve Burker in 8th. Brendan Ross in P number 9 for Ultimate 9 Racing.
Number 9. 9. Number 9. 9. Number 9. 9. Number.
Yeah, Steve Warwick in P10. Cameron Parrott, Higo, Bud, Morrill. That's a good performance from him. That's pole for Super 3 is Scott Morrill on debut. So that's a good effort. And yeah, that's all we've got so far. But that is qualifying for the 23 drivers that were out there. Should be an interesting set of races. Yeah, I would have expected someone like Lachlan Bourke to be further up, but I don't reckon Corey's going to have this his whole own way. I feel like if Daiwn Liccardo can win a race, this is his good opportunity for him to win it. He's on the front row of the grid. He just needs to keep a cool head and not do anything silly, and he might actually pick up a win without any controversy tonight, but we'll see what happens. So I've seen that we've had Audrey Misha trying to join us at the death stall.
Well, it looks like we're into warm-up now. A few cars out on track. I've just seen Nathan Higginson running around there.
Yeah, that is correct. So we've got a minute left in warm-up. No, not many people have taken the opportunity to go out and have a run. Really just Higo by the looks of it.
I'm disappointed no one's gone out to explore the surroundings here at Hidden Valley yet.
I think
And if they'd have watched my track guides, they'd have found out about everything you can do here at Hidden Valley.
except for actually driving on the track.
I seem to have picked that one up though in practice though. So it doesn't look like I needed to show it after all.
Yeah, we did see a couple of cars come over that jump airborne from a number of our competitors. I remember seeing it was Brendan Ross in the Ultimate 9 racing car, went for a fairly standard front flip.
I was hoping we could get some drivers to take the jump in warm up, so we could do some Olympic diving commentary on them. But so far, no one's decided to go for a double pike with twist, which I think is a great shame.
Well, it just shows how serious they're.
It's too high.
Just shows how seriously all the drivers take this series. They're all they're doing practice starts now.
No one's even taking on the standing quarter here. That's slightly disappointing.
Just having a look at who has joined us. I noticed we had Kobe Williams in here earlier, but he hasn't elected to take to the start of the race, which is a little bit disappointing. Same with Jordan DeSantis. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But I am keen for these races. I reckon this short race here is going to throw up some excitement, and then the longer second race is going to bring in a bit of tyre conservation and see how the drivers deal with that, because 20 laps is a fairly long way around here without a pit stop.
I reckon there will be pit stops here in race 2.
Do you just? Well,
we struggled last year to get tyres to lap 20
we'll see
in main game.
We'll see what the drivers elect to do. See what the fastest strategy is. I'm all for it. I'm keen to see how this goes.
Yeah, again, last year we were running a softer tyre compound as well this round.
That's correct.
That is correct. So we've only had pit stops in the Bathurst round so far of this series, where we had a race that was just sort of short on fuel. Apparently, the fuel numbers didn't quite align, and a few people elected to pit under the safety cars that we had there. So we're getting the cars out there now.
The pole sitter waiting for the last moment to jump out on the grid. It's a strategy I've employed before, the old wait in the pits and attempt to save fuel, and sometimes it doesn't work. I once missed the start doing that.
Well, you don't want to miss the start. It's not.
It's quite suboptimal having to start in the pit lane.
Yeah, it is, because you have to wait for all the cars to pass the end of the first sector. Here we go. I'm going to let you take us through the grid tonight for this first race, Stiggy, as I've had a computer freeze on that other computer. We're back.
Alright, P1, we've got Corey Macfarlane in the Bow Repairs Falcon. P2 is Daiwn in the Mute Sim Sports Deck Rejuvenation Commodore with the Indigenous livery. Thermo and his teammate in the other Mute Sim Sports car is P3. We've got Cuz aka RSM Latino in the Black Shores RSM Racing car in P4. Now it's the first of the Ultimate 9 cars with Lewis Wedding in P5. His teammate Hans Brunswick, P6. Lachlan Bourke is the first of the All-Australian Races entries in P7. Third of the Mute Sim Sports cars, Steve Burko, P8. P9, appropriately, is Brandon Ross in the Ultimate 9 Racing Falcon. Steve Warwick lines up P10 in the Black Shores RSM Racing car as well. They've got the first in the distance for the night, Cameron Parrott, in his privateer entry. Nathan Higginson lines up 12th in the Autodesk Higginson Media Engineering car. Oh, he's really rendering back. Liam Budd in the Motorsport Sales Team Sydney car lines up P13. Scott Morrill in the 4th of the Ultimate 9 cars is P14. P15 is Matt Cecil in the Pepsi Max Mute Sim Sports Falcon. The real fan favourite here, Kai Jones in the Vegemite car. Who doesn't love a bit of Vegemite on toast in the morning? Claimbite is P17 in the Falcon. William Bethel P18. P19 is Brodie in yet another Ultimate 9 car. They need to have 9 cars on the grid. Dodger is P20 in the Jack Daniels Commodore. And rounding out the grid is Poiter in the Stenny Racing 69 Commodore.
Thank you for that.
And what an interesting livery he has.
What an interesting livery he does certainly have. Here we go. Lights are on a Hidden Valley Raceway, and we're underway here. Who's going to get the run into turn 1?
Looks like a good start from Corey Macfarlane there. Oh, and there's a bit of bumping and boring mid-pack. I think that was one of the Ultimate 9 cars.
It looks like that's Corey's gone into turn 1 in the lead. Looks like he's going to get through there. Flick back to the mid-pack, and everybody's made it through cleanly so far, which is really good to see.
I'm impressed at how clean the first few corners have been so far.
We've got, who's that? That's Cuz going for a look there on Lachlan Bourke. So Arison Martino dropped back a few spots.
Like Steve Warwick's made up a fair few positions here. Oh, Cuz very deep in the hairpin. That's compromised his exit, and Lachlan Bourke has got through. Meanwhile, it's 2 and 3 wide back here in the mid-pack. Oh, up on the curb for Higo, I think that was. And oh, we've got a car off. I think that's one of the Ultimate 9 cars. Is that Brodie back there? No, it's Kai Jones in the Vegemite car.
Vegemite car. So I'm not sure what's happened there. Just going to get a quick replay. He's just lost it on his own there on the throttle and rejoined safely, so that's good heads up driving there to not come back on and run into everybody else.
Yeah, pretty easy to just pick up the throttle there, loop it, and you end up middle of the track as a sitting duck. Daiwn Liccardo seems to be pulling this gap in just a little bit from Corey Macfarlane here.
He does, he's staying with him, and I did say it in the pre-race scores. I've seen some biff and barge in the mid-pack. Ultimate 9 cars once again. But I feel like he's going to go with him in this race, and with the draft on this straight, if you can stay with someone and just look after your tyres, you might be in for a shot later on in this race.
Yeah, it's all about setting yourself up for the last few laps here. Especially, oh, look out, we've got another Ultimate 9 car off. That's Brendan Ross. Oh, it's awkward rejoin there. He's had a half lose coming back onto the track.
He stopped right down.
Thankfully, everyone's through safely.
19. Gordon McFarlane missed the apex in turn 1 that lap, and it's made Daiwn really catch up to the back of him.
I think Dane's dropped off just a bit after that. He may have made a mistake as well, following Corey Macfarlane off.
Oh, we've got Cameron Parrott having a big off.
Oh, he's completely missed the corner. He's gone bush there. And one of the Ultimate 9 cars nearly went off in sympathy.
If he completes a safe rejoin.
He's definitely got the presence of mind here to sit and wait for the field to go past.
Yeah, that's good heads-up driving there. It's very easy to come on at a 90-degree angle there and cause a big accident, so good stuff.
Right, these lead two are starting to pull a gap over Turmo here. It's out to about 2 seconds. I don't think Daiwn is close enough to make an attack anytime soon. Or he's just stretched that gap out a few tenths on this lap, but he's gone wide again.
He's trying the double apex sort of line, I feel, where he's trying to get the exit. Oh, so we've got some action here.
We've got some fifth barge here. It's Liam Budd getting into the back of yet another of the Ultimate 9 cars.
Scott Murrell there in the new Ultimate 9 racing car.
I've got to say, they are going to have 9 cars on the grid by the end of the season, the way they're going. Oh, as Liam's had a big tank slapper.
Has he
read the driver's briefing here? He's waiting up. But is that legal? Will that incur a 5-second penalty like we saw with Bush on the weekend?
Good question. That one will be sent to the stewards for review later on in the week. Looks like he did gain a start advantage there, so back up the front. We're already 5 laps into this. We've got a car in pit lane.
Yes, it's gone very quick this race.
Has gone very quick, but it is a very short race.
Oh, he's pinched a brake on the inside there, and he's just made the corner. He's had to use all of the runoff there to keep it on the track. And that's given Daiwn a big chance here to have a run on him down the main straight.
Yeah, I feel like Corey's the fastest guy tonight. I don't feel like it looks like he's 100% comfortable in the car.
Yeah, Dane's just going to sit there and apply that pressure, but as I say that, he's made a big error in the final sector. And the gap seems to have remained at the same as it was at the start of the last lap.
Yeah, if anything, he's fallen backwards on it a bit, so a bit perplexing as to why that is the case.
Well, there's a bit of a line-up back here for third. We've got Turmo still leading the second pack. See a big inside lock-up, and that's
just run off the road.
Yeah, I just saw a big telltale trail of smoke coming down to turn 1, and that explains it. Well, as Cuz locks up into 4 as well.
Keeping an eye on the leaders in the top right corner. You can see no real change to that at the minute.
Everyone seems to have gotten their rhythm of this race. It's all settled down a bit.
Yeah, it's been surprisingly tame. It hasn't really been too many dramas other than people having incidents by themselves. I feel like Lewis Wedding though, he's been with Turmo this whole race. I'm wondering if he has any potential to attack.
I wouldn't be surprised if he lines up a move here in the next few laps. He seems to be getting held up a bit behind Turmo. He's definitely all over the rear bumper of the Appliances Online Commodore. Nearly a bit of Morse code into the hairpin. The Turmo seems to have stretched the gap out a bit with a good exit.
Yeah, he has.
He's all the curb and a bit more to get it turned in there. I think he's got enough of a gap that the slipstream isn't going to be that much of a factor down the main straight.
Oh, I don't know.
Although, as I say that, the gap is coming back down.
I think like he's going to go for a move
Oh,
here.
he's going for a move.
Lewis Wedding down the inside. Is he going to pull it
Oh,
up?
that's way too late on the brakes. No, it's not. He's pulled it up.
He's parked the bus and he's pulled it up and he's got the move done. Sort of slowed up Turmo there in the mid corner, and that's what's helping me get that done. So that's Lewis Wedding up into the podium positions for Ultimate 9.
That's the textbook pass here at Hidden Valley. Use the slipstream, get the inside line, and just get on the brakes a bit later.
Lachlan Bourke's race is
Oh.
going from bad to worse. I'm not sure what's going on here.
I think he's just trying to find where to slot back in. Shortcut.
Replay of what's happened here.
He's just gone straight on. That's bizarre. He hasn't even attempted to make the corner.
It's a bit weird. He's rejoined in 8th position, but yeah, a bit weird, a bit strange.
Yeah, that's something we'll have to check the supplementary regs for. See what the penalty will be for that one. Lewis Wedding seems to have pulled a fair gap over Turmo in this one lap.
He's certainly
He's
has.
just set his fastest lap of the race.
He's going to set his sights on the leaders, but he's not going to get there because they're 4.8 seconds off the road. But although I still feel like this isn't over between these two, and anything can happen when you've got Daiwn in the race behind another
He's going to be hungry for a race win as well.
Definitely is.
I reckon there will be some action here on the final few laps.
Talking about action, I found this angry little battle pack back here with the back of the top 10.
Well, Higo's tried to put a move on Matt Cecil, but yeah, bit of a diminishing gap there. He's definitely showing the nose up the inside, so Cecil knows he's there. I think we'll get a big slipstream battle down the front straight.
Further back, we've got Ultimate 9 again with attacking the back of William Bethel. So it's all going on.
Bethel's rear vision mirror is just going to be full of bee emojis by the look of this.
Yeah.
Oh, the Ultimate 9 teammates are into each other.
They are. That's
Brodie's gone around
by Scott Murrell. So that's going to be awkward for those two.
There's going to be some animosity in the team garage after this.
I'm going to go back up here though because we've got the butt off. Is that no? It's Higo. So
Higo.
I'm just going to get a replay of that. We missed that while we were watching the background.
What's their contact here?
Oh,
he's just locked the rears. He's coming too hot.
And he sent himself well and truly around. So not ideal there for Higo.
Luckily he managed to get at the inside of the track and didn't take anyone out there. Right, 2 laps to go here. And still Corey in the lead with Daiwn consistently about 6 tenths behind. So he's just outside of draft range here. He can pull a few tenths this lap.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've had to switch to this. We've got Hans Brunswick having a dive at RSM Latino and it was on for young and old.
Tino's still got the place, but Hans is all over him like a cheap suit.
He's locked up.
Or could be on at the hairpin. Hans go for the late dive. No, yeah, RSM's just covered the inside very well there. Doesn't give him the opportunity. It looks like Turmo's right on the back of Lewis Wedding again for P3. So the podium battle is not over.
It's not.
Maybe I'd say Lewis has cooked his tyres.
That's what I'm thinking as well. He's going very defensive. So this will be the start of the last lap.
Turbo is not following him for the slipstream.
I feel like the battle for the lead is over now. It's just he's not close enough, is Daiwn Liccardo.
And Latino's getting into this as well. If these two have a bit of a coming together.
Oh,
as I say that, I've put the commentator's curse on Latino.
Certainly have.
Just gassed it up on the exit. Tomo's definitely looking to line up a move here on this last lap.
There's still time, but it's going to have to be desperate from here on in out because these overtaking opportunities are few and far between in this last sector of this venue.
There's really only the hairpin and the first corner, the main overtaking opportunities. If you're really brave, you can send it through this last sector, but you've got to really be committed. Here comes Corey Macfarlane. Take a pretty commanding race win over Daiwn Liccardo.
Good drive though from Daiwn. Stay with him.
Yeah. Massive gap here to Lewis Wedding, who's managed to hold on ahead of Turmo. And Hans is in 5th. RSM's recovered to 6th place after the spin. And Steve Burko 7th.
Disappointing drive from Lachlan Bourke for P8.
Yeah, he was just sort of nowhere tonight. Oh, Cecil's in the leads.
Liam Budd's gone round off the last corner. We're going to smack and get a replay of that. That was a battle between him and Matt Cecil.
Oh, I'd say there may have been contact here. Look at this.
Been a late dive.
He's gone for the last minute dive, and that's just not on.
No, it's not on, and it's cost hasn't really cost Matt, but it's definitely cost Liam there. And but they're Liam Bethel 13th on the
Looks like a big run to the line between the guys in P13, 14 to 15. Dingo looked like he's celebrating
see if we can get a
his
replay.
11th place finish. Yeah, it looks like it's a drag race between Kai Jones and Bethel for the
So what have we got here?
for the
We've got
position.
it was a drag race, but Bethel gets it just. Good finish there from those guys, and they nearly got butt at the same time after that incident. I'm just going to flick through and see our other runners. That old line car
What's
looks
happened to Brendan Ross there? He's lost the bonnet. He's had a major shunt somewhere along the line.
He did not have a great race by the looks of it, and
It looks like he's going to finish the job off by doing the rallycross layout, which is one track I didn't find out here on my exploratory run.
he's decided to have a massive effort. Well, that was definitely an entertaining race.
I'm looking forward to the 20 lap that's coming up here. I reckon there might even be a bit of strategy involved in this one, which is rare to see for a sprint race like this.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be an interesting race, hence why, as an organiser, I've set this distance. I thought we needed a bit of spice here in the valley, so I thought we'd deliver it with a slightly longer one.
It'll be interesting to see who can make their tyres last the distance.
Definitely, I feel like the tyres are going to last, but it's just how much you're going to have to be careful with them at the start of the stint to make them last. That's going to be the ultimate question.
This is definitely a high deg track for these cars.
Yeah, it's actually is surprisingly. I know that it traditionally isn't in real life in the last few seasons, but seems to be an automobilista. Those couple of corners around the back, they load the tyres up, especially the rears, and yeah, it's because of all the traction zones. So it's just burning them up on the throttle.
Speaking of traction zones, I've just noticed the drag strip in that in the cover image we've got there. Looks
Yeah.
like the runoff area is a bit bumpy.
I mean, it is, but if you saw the drags on Friday night, you know, it was a bit bumpy, some of the ends of people's runs, so...
I'm going to say I wouldn't want to be on a top fuel bike in the left lane there. I reckon you'd have a bad time.
Yeah, I don't reckon it would go down too well. On that note, however, we've got 30 seconds before we get this qualifying session underway. I'm just going to take a short break and we'll be back with more in about a minute.
All right, catch you then.
back here from Hidden Valley Raceway, and we've got 7 minutes 50 left in this qualifying session. No one yet to set a lap time, but our first runners are on their first laps now. Oh, and that's a big slide from Corey as we pick him up.
Right, let's see the first times rolling in. Daiwn Liccardo goes to P1 at 106.1. Corey's into the pits. He's not happy with that start of the lap.
Hans Brunswick to P2, and he got balked on that lap from Cameron Parrott, so it'll be interesting to see. He's a long way away from Dane's number, so...
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of traffic out there at the moment. They haven't really spread out. I guess the Ultimate 9 cars here seem to be running a strategy where they're getting draft from each other. I don't know if that'll work out.
It's not going to work out
around this part of the track. Yeah, he's walked in big time.
Oh yeah,
and he's picked up the curve as well.
We're going to Daiwn Liccardo because he's 2 tenths up.
Oh, this could be a 5 here. Our second 5 of the night.
Oh, not a great exit.
Squirrely on the exit.
I feel like a 5.9, 5.8 is good enough for pole here in this session. He's done a 5.8. Wow, that's a big number.
Yeah, that's the fastest of the night so far. And he's celebrating by running off into the runoff area. And
Latino's up to P2.
That's a big gap so far between Liccardo and Latino.
Semi-representative of what we saw in our races.
That is for sure. It'll be interesting to see what Corey does, whether he can match Liccardo or not.
Termo's 3 tenths off. Looking at Termo.
They're definitely using all of the exit here. There's not much left to spare between the right mirror and the elm car rail on the outside there.
Brunswick's trying to do a number here. No, Steve Burko up into P2, a 6.1 from him. That's a good number. He's sort of had a quiet race at the back of the top 10 in that last one, but still not a bad run.
I think he's found his form here.
He's one of the guys that won a race here last year at Hidden Valley in Super 2, so...
Oh, with hands brushes the mirror off the car there. At least he would have if it was a Mustang.
And he's gone to P5.
Well, it looks like Lachlan Bourke's found a bit of pace as well. He's up into P4.
Yeah, 6.3. Someone I would have expected to be one of the front runners here. He's been a very strong season so far. He had some dramas at the bend that have cost him, and he really can't afford another bad round, and seems to not have the pace at this venue, which is not great for him.
It's been surprising. He was seriously quick at some of the earlier rounds when he jumped up to main game.
Yes.
He was mixing it with the main game regulars there.
Bathurst and Sandown, he was really strong, but even
I guess
from then on in, he sort of dropped back. And we've seen Corey's gone to P1 with a 5.6.
Oh, that is a big time. It's going to be tough to beat that one tonight. And I reckon that's near mid-pack in main game, that sort of pace. Oh, big moment there, Term. Is that Termo or is that Burko? Actually, that's Burko in the Nixon sports car. Was he balked by Corey on a slowing down here, by any chance? Or has he just done that on his own?
Oh, he's done it on his own. Oh!
He's just got on the exit curb there and lit it up.
Over to Daiwn Liccardo still. Corey's going for another run.
That lap.
Termo up into P4. Keeping an eye on all their runners. Shows that time from Norris and Latino's already back down to 9th.
They've definitely picked up their game a bit in this session. I wonder if the track conditions are a bit better now as well.
Not sure. Is every possibility that is the case?
There's major improvements on the last session's time. Pole for last session was a 5.9, and we've already got 2 cars under that marker already. Oh, Kai Jones, bit of an awkward re-entry there. Thankfully, he manages to keep out of everyone's way.
Probably close to his number.
Yeah, if he can get a good final sector here, he could improve on his time. Oh, he used all of the runoff there at the final corner.
Oh, it's close, but no cigar. Hi Jones has had a massive off, we've noted on the other screen, so we're just going to get a replay of that. This is quite a major incident. Oh.
I don't think he's going to be a happy little Vegemite after that one.
No, that's hard
That
in
is
the
a
both
big hit.
pinball machine. So, it's lucky that he can get straight back out there. There's no toe in this series, unlike the main series.
I don't think he's going out for another run. Have a look at that.
May have well and truly parked it.
Someone's had a bit of a spin in the infield there, judging by the skid marks.
Not sure who that is. Those Brodie's lost it in the pit lane. This is an interesting way to do it.
He's going to end up struggling to get out for a set of time if he's lost in the pit lane now.
Oh, and Matt Cecil. Oh my, that's a big accident. That's another big accident. We go to a replay. He's lost
he's just held it flat, trying to get back on the track, and he's I think he's given up trying to stop the car there. He's just put it straight to the fence.
Strained it in the wall. So
It did not look like stopping on the grass. Well, Corey's blown his final lap there by going off in T1.
certainly
Can
has.
Daiwn improve? See where he comes up to the second split here. Oh, he's majorly down.
No improvement from Turmo. He's still going to get one more lap though here. He's got one more run at this.
So maybe this is just a prep lap. Get the tyres up to temp. As we see Dodger having a bit of a moment on the exit of the last corner. Still got the headlights on.
Plenty at the last corner. That was a shocking rejoin there from one of the Ultimate 9 cars onto the track. They're blocking the pit exit. I don't know what's going on there, but that's really what I want to see.
Well, not that anyone will be using the pit exit at this stage. He's under a red light now. Daiwn is not improving on this lap. At least not in the first sector, he's down a bit.
Timmy on everyone else. Everyone else seems to have blown their laps, so Dane's really the only one to improve. His Cameron Parrott's jumped up a couple of spots.
Had a few yellow flags on this last lap, so people are out there, still out there pushing, but looks like they're pushing a bit too hard. Not able to extract that final bit of pace out.
Steen Liccardo crosses the line. He doesn't improve. Brendan Ross is in P8. He does not improve either, but he gets very close. Oh my, Daiwn.
Liccardo's jumped on the handbrake.
He has.
And I don't think AMS knows what to do with his car at the moment.
I don't know, but it's causing my game to glitch.
I think his deck will definitely need some rejuvenation after that one.
We've got Turmo who's currently driving around backwards to finish this session.
He's in half a race. I'm hoping he can finish this lap and go for the quickest reverse lap of Hidden Valley, but he's pulled into the pits. And will we see a clean entry to the garage here for Turmo? I was hoping he'd reverse it in.
He's decided against that. Wow. Interesting, we've got 2 Mute SimSport cars on the second row of the grid. It's a bit of a mix-up from last time round.
We got 3 out of the top 4 as well.
Yeah, good point
So
there.
if there's some team orders here,
Well, Daiwn will be wanting to hope that his teammates can get involved in this and that Corey gets a bad start here. It's going to be all to play for.
they could end up running the Bottas strategy here if it falls into their hands.
Had Karma in the chat say Turmo's the world's best backwards driver. Well, he definitely demonstrated that he's pretty good at driving backwards then. Dane Liccardo will be hoping he can get in front of Corey Macfarlane and be a good backwards driver in this race.
Toe Mater's got nothing on Turmo. I mean, could Toe Mater have cleanly entered the pit lane there going backwards?
I don't know.
I reckon he probably would have got his hook jammed on the pit gantry light there.
I've had some comments that that's CRE driving school, or I've had that wrong, that's Toe Mater. As in, well, we've got lots of people doing pracky starts here. They've all rolled up behind one another.
It looks like there's some moving chicanes here. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing.
There's a lot of Ultimate 9 cars. I think that's every Ultimate 9 car.
Lurks on the brakes. He's given Lewis Weddy a big brake check there. It's the Ultimate 9 pit party. Oh, look at this.
Sarah Simsports just said in the chat, if you say Toe Mater really wrong, it almost sounds like Turmo. I'm not even going to attempt that.
Toe Mater. Yeah, you'd have to say it really wrong.
So what have we got here? We've got the 9. We've got
Hang on a minute.
we've got the 9 followed by the 996, followed by the 99 with the 999 in behind, and the 999's into the vents hard.
I think he's going to have to call 999 for the British Emergency Services there. He's going to the fence that hard. Oh, that's the 969.
It is the 969, sorry. I believe the 999 is Rhodey. I don't know, there's so many 9s. Yeah, the 999 is Rhodey.
Oh! That was awkward.
Certainly was awkward. Some people have been a bit silly here in this warm-up session.
No, but no one's been silly enough to take on the jump, which is very disappointing because I was keen to see that again.
Oh, I've heard a huge accident somewhere. Oh my, I've just seen Dean Liccardo murder someone.
Alright, we need a replay.
We do need a replay.
Hopefully we can get it before the end of the session.
Oh, I've got the wrong screen up here.
Right, here we go. So he's just launched off the back of Ujit Mishra there. I reckon Ujit's car is now a Holden Barina rather than a Commodore. It's been shortened up that much.
It's definitely something. Oh my.
Oh, everyone at Ultimate 9 just seems to have decided that the paddock is a good place to have a bit of a play around in. Thomas has got the VX Commodore out there doing some bush bashing, I guess. They've decided to come and join in.
That will be the end of the warm-up session. So I'm really keen to see how this one plays out. I feel like if Dane Liccardo gets the start here, he is definitely in contention to take this race. He's got the pace. And he's got true teammates behind him as well.
Yeah, it's always a big help when you've got your teammates around you.
I actually noticed a bit of a pattern with teammates, but I'll go through that when we get to the grid.
How long until Ultimate 9 run out of combinations of the number 6 and 9 that they can use?
Good question. I'd have to do the maths on that. I'll quickly pump that, but I'm going to go through the grid first. We've got Corey Macfarlane on pole position once again tonight, followed by Dane Liccardo in P2 once again. His teammate, Steve Burko, that's an impressive qualifying from him, in P3, lines up alongside Termo. Lachlan Bourke starts out of P5, a little bit better than last race, but then we've got Hans Brunswick in 6th for Ultimate 9, Lewis Wedding in 7th, and Brendan Ross in 8th, all for the Ultimate 9 stable. So they're all ahead of P number 9, which is RSM Latino. He's a bit further back in this one, with Steve Warwick alongside him, both teammates once again. Cameron Parrott out of 11th. Audrey Mishra starts this one in 12th. He missed the first race, so good to see Audrey back on the grid. Higo is out of P13 with William Bethel in 14, so he's having a quite little run out there in his debut. Brodie is in P15 with his Super 3 teammate Scott Murrell alongside him. Matt Cecil out of 17th for Vincent Sport, with Ty Jones in 18th, Claimby in P19, Steady in 20th, and Dodger rounds out our 21 car field. And Liam Budd is starting the pit lane, appears, rather.
He hasn't even exited the garage yet, so he might be a non-starter.
Could be potentially the case.
Corey's overshot the grid box, and so is Dane. Look at that. Is Dane just trying to line up again?
I know, but we're locked and loaded for start.
Lights out and away we go. Oh, Corey looks like he's got a bit of wheel spin there.
Yeah, Dane has got a really good start here. Is he going to be able to sweep down the outside?
Oh, he's tried to force the issue.
Is he going to be able to stay there?
Right here. Corey's just managed to get ahead. Oh, and there's a few off in the grass.
On the exit there, he's flashed the
lights.
lights.
He flashed the headlights. He's not happy. That's 5 points, isn't it, from the flash of the headlights?
It is, and with that, there's been an incident further back as well. I've just noted. I'm just going to flip forward. I'm going to watch this through the hairpin.
Oh, it's on here between the two teammates again. There's been a lot of teammate on teammate action tonight.
It certainly has, and I've noticed 2 Ultimate 9 cars have had the incident between one another as well, further back, so...
Oh, Dane's gone for a big dive.
He has gone for a big dive. He has pulled it off.
He's got in the door a bit there.
Dane
We'll
Liccardo
see, Corey's definitely going to have a big run down the straight here. They're nearly on the drag strip, the way they're going.
Dane's defending. They're going to go side by side into turn 1. This is the action you want to see at home, folks.
It's pretty much a roll reverse in the first lap.
It is, and they come through here. Now, what will Dane do here? Will he be able to pull away, or will he back Corey into his teammates? Because, man, I don't know, but that's what I think they're doing.
Looking for a bit of a move here. Yeah, if he can get Burko to have a dive on him.
I'd
Could take
straight
the
up-
pressure off.
I think he
Oh,
is
he's
going to back
parked the
him.
bus there.
I think he is going to back him up into his teammates here. That would be. It's not always the greatest driving, but it's going to definitely be smart driving for this race.
What's he doing on the headlights when you're the leader?
I'm not sure. He needs to leave the headlight button alone and drive the motor vehicle because the headlight button.
Concentrate on the apex, not the lights.
And I feel like he's
Jeez,
choked
he's
it.
blown that.
He's absolutely choked it.
Now Bourke is going to get him as well.
And we're going to
As
hold
we
the
see
9
one of the
car
Ultimate
around
9 cars around.
It's who is that? It's trying to pick that one up. It is Brendan Ross. So not having a great one again.
Oh, what is Bourke doing? He's just turned it into him. That was awkward.
Into it. Oh, Bourke!
Oh,
Bourke's
still
going
on.
around. Go back and get a replay of that. We've got to watch this because now we've got.
Oh, now
Ricardo
Turmo's up
versus
the outside
Turmo.
of Ricardo. This has not worked out well for Museum Sports. Now Ultimate 9's getting it on the action. Hans has got down the inside of Turmo here. Museum Sports has gone from the lead of the race and having 3 cars up in the top 4, having 1 in the fence, and now they've got the Ultimate 9 car in between them as well. So that's been a shocking lap for them. We'll have to go back and have a look at what happened with Steve Bourke though. That was wild there at turn 1.
Just currently getting up a shot of that.
There's a few cars looking to make a move into turn 1. They're not really close enough at the moment. Bourke's got into the back of Corey. Sort of self-spun basically.
Pretty much that's all she wrote there. And diagnosis of what's going on there. So Daiwn has closed back up on Corey, but I don't feel like all that skirmishing at the start's done anyone any good for their tyres. Such a long race. Would have been a bit smarter to play it a bit better than that. And
I'm going to call it early here, but I reckon Hans Brunswick's in the best spot here. He's just sort of picked his way through the pack here.
Smart driver,
I don't think he's driver. Yeah, I don't think he's cooked his I don't think he's cooked his tyres.
Steen's now done the fastest up of the race. Yeah, I feel like Hans will be one of the smarter drivers in this field, and he won't be wanting to play these games that everyone else is playing. He may not have the pace, but if he can look after these tyres in the long run, he may well be well and truly in this. I feel like Daiwn had his chance on the first lap when he threw that move, and he needed to get off the headlight button and be undistracted and have the confidence and try and either back Corey into his teammates or pull away from it and get a gap. Not be trying to play silly games. But
Yeah, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, and I think he's just proven that.
well, he has for his team. Definitely didn't play out the way in which they would have liked it to play out.
Yeah, he went from saying they were on for a win and a third and fourth place there, and yeah, now there's the best cars in second and sort of all over the shop.
Hans Brunswick's just on the fastest up of the race, talking about him, so I feel like he definitely is in this shot. Just seeing though that we've got Lewis Wedding who's making a move on. That is Lachlan Bourke.
Again, textbook Hidden Valley move, that one. Lachlan's tried the over and under and he couldn't still be on here. Just a bit too far back in the four. So he's going to have a go at the hairpin. He's putting a bit of Morse code on. Let him know he's still there. So that may have compromised the exit.
I feel like it has. Still got these top three that are pretty close, keeping an eye on it.
Big moment there for Steve Warwick on the exit. Bit of sprint car action.
Hans Brunswick is now close up with the Macfarlane Ricardo. We're 7 laps into this, and I don't know who's going to get this. I honestly feel like you're right. I feel like Hans Brunswick, guy that's pretty easy on equipment and tyres, this kind of format could really benefit him with some of the things that have gone on in the opening laps.
And he's definitely found the pace over the last few laps to keep on the back of these guys as well. As we said that, he's had a bit of a moment coming out of the hairpin.
Corey has not joined us in the main game before, and I don't feel like, I don't know if he knows how these tyres go over a longer sort of run. And I mean, Daiwn certainly does, but he hasn't driven like it.
Yeah, Dane's wildly inconsistent when he has jumped up to main game. Especially when he's around the ZB racing cars. Seems to have a lot of run-ins with those guys.
It certainly does, but the gap spread out between everyone in that last lap. So, them all being a tenth faster in the line that they are in.
Yeah, it's just all settled down for now. Although we've got Bourke coming back through the field. He's right on the back of Higo here.
He is. This has been going on for a few laps. Bourke hasn't been able to make the pass on him.
Let's have a look at the hairpin, but Higo's got the inside line. He's got this covered.
This is going to be where he parks the bus on him, which is defensive driving.
He's a bit off on the exit.
Can't really pass into that corner, however.
No. Bourke just didn't have the nose up the inside far enough to be able to pull that one off. Oh, he's gone. Higo's gone. No, he hasn't. He's held on to it. But he will lose the position here.
Very out of
outside.
control.
Oh, who's that?
Who's
That's
that?
a big moment for someone there. I can't quite tell who that
Steve Warwick.
is.
So we're going to get a replay and see what the go is here. So yeah, that's Steve Warwick, and he's just had a self-loop on the back of this train and hard into the wall. Car's still running though, so...
Big hit. Not going to be good for the aero.
Definitely is not going to be good for the aero.
Will definitely be good for the cooling here at Hidden Valley though.
Yeah, it is one of the warm ambient temperature.
Now Corey's definitely pulled a gap here now.
Just seen Peter Stenberg go off the road. Mad pace at turn 1.
We've got a yellow flag out somewhere along the track. I wonder if that is for Peter.
It is for Peter at turn 1.
Oh, look out! Hands is all over the back of Daiwn here. I reckon the move is on.
So do I. Reckon the move will be
He's
on.
had a big look there.
I reckon Daiwn has actually cooked his tyres. He's going to be really defensive here. We'll see how he plays this. Hans is going to try and go around the outside.
I think he's going to get escorted wide here if he tries that line. Actually, no.
It's just, there's not a lot of grip out there at the same time.
You can't really pull that move off unless the car on the inside makes a mistake. Oh, Dane's gone off.
He has.
He's handed the move on a silver platter.
Certainly has, and that's Hans Brunswick up into P2, so mistakes keep coming for Daiwn Liccardo. So we're going to go just back to this. We've got Termo and RSM Latino who's made a bit of contact. Fair and Love and War right here. All seems to have sorted itself out though, however. Cameron Parrott, who's received a drive-through penalty, so that'll be, I am assuming, for speeding in the pit lane. So
yeah, that would be my guess as well. Oh!
Oh, that was
Lachlan Bourke just straight off the Armco there. That was a wild shunt.
Yeah, he's hit that little bit of Armco that jaggers out.
I wonder if that's done much damage to his car.
Not sure, but he's now going to be under attack from turn line.
Oh, he's deep in turn 1. Oh,
This
Higo's had a big moment. Somehow managed to get that pulled up.
Now that's got Kai Jones involved in this battle. No, it's
No,
not,
it's Scott
sorry,
Murrell.
it's Scott Murrell, sorry. Apologies.
See, what happened to Higo? He's dropped way down the field.
Not sure. He's been out of control most of the race, which is how he likes to drive normally. Or
Actually, no, Murrell's a lap down. That's what's confused me here. I've just seen Murrell in P20.
yeah, so Murrell was getting lapped there.
Why is he trying to battle with guys a lap ahead of him? That's a bit of an issue that the stewards will need to take a look at.
He's still going on here, but it's still on.
He's forced Cecil out onto the grass. You can't really do that when you're a lap down.
I'm going to go back to this though because we've now got
I think Higo's lost it there.
No,
I reckon I saw Higo around backwards.
he hung on to it, but we've got this battle when it's on for young and old here. Turmo's managed to make the move, but Lachlan's now vulnerable to Latino up here, and it's hard to go side by side through here.
It's right up on the curb. They're all deep into the corner there.
Latino's going for the move. There's another move going
Well,
on
I don't
further
think he's
back
far
here.
enough up.
This is the Cecil on Higginson. Trying to watch
Cecil's
both of
all
these
over
at
the
the
rears
same
there.
time. They were side by side through turn one, but it's evened itself out now.
There's action everywhere you look on track at the
There
moment.
certainly is, and there's even action back here. This is Steve Warwick recovering from that spin, trying to get past Kai Jones, who's in an impressive 11th, I must be said.
Yeah, he's done well this race. He's kept the nose clean, and the results are coming from it.
Can I just raise that Hans Brunswick is catching our leader, and it was an 8-3 versus a 7-6 last time round, so Hans has kept the tyres on that car.
He's going to be there within a few laps. This will be a spicy ending to this race. Tomo's got through on Lachlan Bourke. I reckon this is a battle that will rage on.
Agreed. Zeno in there as well, he'll be one that's quite good on his tyres. I'm going to keep an eye on the lap times of the leaders now and for the last few laps here, because I feel like this is a battle we're following. I noticed that Fortune Mishra's dropped down the order as well. I'm not sure what has happened there, but Corey has really started to drop off here. I'm going to get the lap times this time round. It's a 8-3 versus a 7-5.
So there's definite tyre issues there,
8-3
must say.
for Daiwn Liccardo. So Hans Brunswick has played this beautifully.
Hans is in. Get it out eventually. Hans is within DRS range here, just about.
Yes, and now Lachlan Bourke's up the inside of Turmo once again.
Latino could really capitalise on this. He plays his cards right. Brodie was going to sneak down the inside of Turbo there, but Turbo's managed to get it back in line.
And I've switched over because Higo and Matt Cecil are still
Cecil's deep. Cecil's going to hang on around the outside here, and he'll have the inside for the next lot of corners.
He's been the first person that's pulled that up.
Oh, he's all over the curb though. That could have been awkward. Higo's outbraked himself on the outside line there, the dirty part of the road.
He has.
Like, they've locked up a bit, but they've somehow managed to keep it side by side this entire lap. This is good racing. Oh, as I say that, I've put the commentator's curse on, and Higo's gone wide.
You certainly have,
Not
but
sure
we're going to
if
go
there
to
was
the lead of the
assistance
race here. Because,
Oh, what is Stendy doing? Seriously,
was
he's
not a
just
great-
driven through the brake markers, and now he's come out in front of the leaders.
Yeah, it wasn't a great rejoin there. As we
That
switched
was
to that.
that was seriously awkward.
It was, but Hans Buswick is now all over the back. We don't need lap times now, and this has happened very quickly.
Yeah, Hans is definitely in the box seat now for this one.
Oh, the battle's still on between the 5th, 6th and 7th.
Oh, Stenny is holding up the P3 and 4 massively as well now.
Hans has got out of the way now,
Out of the
so
way, thankfully.
Hans Brunswick. Looking good here so far. don't know how much everyone's got on their tyres left in this one.
I wonder if Corey though knew he had a bit of a gap there to save some tyres as well at the end.
Potentially, and he does have the advantage of track position here. So it's not all over and done with.
With his sponsor, he should really know about saving tyres as well.
Then we've got a tyre sponsor versus a fuel sponsor.
Mate, Burt will be proud if Hans can win this one. He's kept it clean.
Certainly has kept it clean. But is he going to keep it clean here to the end? And I've just noticed that RSM Latino has come through and he's actually taken both those spots off those guys while I've been watching the lead battle. So that is
to see if they were in a battle there. And Latino's picked up both of them at the same time. And here we go. Here's the draft for the lead. I think Hans has got this easily. He's got the inside line. Corey's going to try and hang on around the outside, but I don't know if he'll have the grip out there.
I reckon he will.
That's it. Hans is through.
He is through.
Oh, he's had a bit of a tank slapper. Just managed to pull the front.
I feel like Corey's going to have a go back up here, but he's got to have a go. He's got
a
it.
big.
He's had a go and he's going to get it back.
A big run. Oh, get a contact mid-corner, but it's play on.
It's play on. That is good driving there from Corey Macfarlane. Knew that if he didn't have another go straight back at him, he was going to lose the lead of the race and not get another shot at it. So he's played.
If these two battle, this could bring the pack of Liccardo and Wedding back into it as well.
It could, and I feel like Lewis Wedding's in a strong position as well. He's caught up to the back of Daiwn Liccardo. So these Ultimate 9 cars, they've kept their tyres on it and they've played this game very smart.
Yeah, I reckon they'd definitely have a similar setup on, and they would have talked
Wedding's
through.
actually just passed.
Yeah, he's into P3.
So he's up into third again.
It's going to be a big night for Ultimate 9. 2 cars on the podium. Now Corey looks to have learned his lesson from the last lap. He's covered the inside now. It's going to be a lot more difficult for Hans to get through here.
Car's going to be a handful though. The lap time he was doing, it certainly wasn't pacey. It's just
They are coming up onto some lap traffic as well, which could play into it.
Definitely could. No, Bethel's got out of the way.
Giving them a nice wide berth there, thankfully.
Both of these guys are going to have to use all their racing prowess though to get this done.
I think Corey's sort of picked up a gear now. He knows that Hans is on him and can make the pass.
Yeah, I thought he was giving up there for a bit, but it seems like that is not the case.
It'll be interesting to see what happens at the end of the straight. Now that Hans has a big slipstream. And Lewis Wedding is definitely closing in on these two as well. So he could even be a factor.
Big block there from Corey Macfarlane. He knows that he's got to block that inside every single lap, and then he's got to not out-brake himself in the middle of this turn 1, and that's all he needs to do for the rest of this race. So hang on to this win.
I think what Hans has to hope for here is the big over-under into turn 1 next lap.
He's got to wait for a mistake, and I feel like it's not impossible that it will happen. Another person who's flying at the minute is RSM Latino. He's broken clear of the Lachlan Bourke turbo battle and shot right up, and he is closing in on Daiwn Liccardo.
Oh, that's a big moment in front of the leaders. Thankfully, he's stayed off track.
Yes, I feel like some of these guys, their tyres are quite questionable, and they're starting to struggle big time. Dodger's actually running P13, I might add, even with the dramas that he's currently experiencing, which look to be quite major, based on the tyre life of the vehicle.
Yeah, I'd say those tyres are gone. Oh, if Hans is too far back here, he's not going to get the run into 1. I think Corey's got this.
Said though, he's just got to stay there, and now here we go! He's run wide, and that's given Hans the big free kick that he needs, but he wasn't close enough. He'll be kicking himself. He it's not close enough, and he's got to have a run down here this lap, but Corey's going to be awake to it. He's going to block. He's now got to hope that Corey runs wide for the apex here. He's got in the back of
There's a
him.
bit of Morse code.
He's going to block the inside here. His hand's going to send it. He's got to send it.
He
He's
has
up
to
the
send
inside. He's made a
Oh,
move.
he's late on the brakes. He's got it done. Can
Corey
he pull it
has
off?
to hang up around the outside. He's not going to do it. And
He's done the big old block pass to pull that one off.
that is.
Corey's had another chance here. Can he pull it?
Is Corey going to send it back on him in the last corner?
Oh, I think you have to.
You have to. He's up the
going for
inside.
it. He's going
Corey
for the dive. He's got
Macfarlane.
there.
He's got there. Hands
He's
is
got it
now.
done, but it's going to be a drag race to the line. Oh, this is awesome.
This is awesome.
Hands is ahead.
Hands
got it
Brunswick wins an absolute classic here at Hidden
Oh, we've
Valley
got
Raceway.
chaos behind. Daiwn Liccardo's in the fence. He's down to P5. Wow, that went off at the finish.
What a finish! What a race! Hans Brunswick.
That was awesome driving from the two leaders there.
We're going to go back. We're going to get a replay of that finish.
Honestly, I don't think you could have had a more exciting final lap than that.
I don't think you could either. We're just going to go through the whole final lap and then we'll readdress what we got in the end there. So, I'm going to go from here. We know what happened at turn 1. Hans wasn't close enough and I thought that was where it was all over. But he's come up here. He's gone for the big dive. Corey's seen him and turned out of it. It's the big block pass. Corey's tried to stay around the outside here. Hasn't been able to do so. But he hasn't given up hope. He stayed,
And this was the moment I thought Corey's going to go for the move here.
And he had to. He really had no choice. He had to send it back up here. And he kind of could have held him out to dry a bit there for the apex. But Hans was awake. He knew he needed to get the crisscross and get the drive back up the straight. And that's exactly what he did. And he's taken the race win. Unbelievable. Going back in the background though, we've had Daiwn Liccardo. He looped it.
He's just done. Oh, he's been taken out by Steve Warwick. There's a lap down, but look at that.
Oh, we'll just. No, it looks like he's lost it on his own.
No, I think that's on his own. It just from that angle looks like Steve was up the inside there. Maybe that's a late race tyre drama that we were talking about. Maybe the tyres just gave way because you know what these tyres are like. Once they get to a certain level, they just instantly spin.
Yeah, could be the possible thing that could have happened. And then Higginson, he wins that battle between those two. So claim bite in a P11 as well.
That's a really respectable result for a claim bite.
It is. I think that's the win of Super 3. He's up 8 spots. So that'll be his second Super 3 win of the season over Kai Jones, who spun there on the last corner. And yeah, wow. Move back to some of the other guys. Dodger, Brodie, Bethel had a bit of a shocker. Cameron Parrott definitely having a shocker. Marlborough was in a bunch of stuff.
Lachlan Bourke was in reverse.
But Hans Brunswick, what a drive.
And I said at the start, I reckon Hans is in for a shot here.
He played the perfect
proved me
card.
right.
He played the perfect card of sitting back, saving your tyres, and going for it at the end. And I didn't know whether he was going to be smart enough to on the racing prowess to pull it off, but he definitely did. And yeah, wow.
Yeah, we should have told him that the burnout pad's on the inside of the drag strip there.
Certainly should have, but he's going to pull up here in front of the pit building, and he's
going to give the crowd what they came for, a few donuts.
And that Hans becomes the first person to win a race this season outside of Corey Macfarlane and Lachlan Bourke. It's taken to round 5, race 2. Obviously with the time penalty given to Daiwn Liccardo at Symmons Plains. So, yeah. Unbelievable.
Well, that was a very exciting night of racing.
Certainly was. I'm glad you could join us for it and see it all play out. Obviously, your first time up here in the comms box, and we've delivered.
Yeah. I don't think you could have picked a more exciting race for me to commentate, to be honest.
It had it all. It had strategy. You know, over-exuberated drivers, side by side on the last lap, not knowing who's going to win it. I don't know much more you can say, but that's what you want to see. Not see silly driving, see genuine, actual hard racing between
That's great
guys.
motor racing.
It is. And it just shows that going hard at the start isn't always the best policy, especially in a longer distance race like that. And that really turned it up. So I'm going to get some of these guys in here in a minute to have a chat when I can. I'm sorting out some things on the admin side. I feel like if we're going to talk to anyone first, we have to talk to Hans Brunswick, because what a race. And then we'll talk to Corey Macfarlane. Hans, mate, first win of the season there. What a race. We picked you from the midway point. You stayed out of the drama of all the silly stuff that was going on there at the front between Corey and Daiwn and Bourke, and you just saved your tyres. You came hard there in the middle of the race, and then you were made to work for it, though, after Corey kind of not giving up the fight once you got to him.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I knew I couldn't fight with perhaps those first top 3 or 4 guys on pace, on outright pace. So I'm just like, I'll hang back here. If an aeroplane crash happens, I'll look to capitalise. Otherwise, I'll try and set up the car a bit better, make the balance a bit better towards the end of the race. And it came good. And I don't know what happened with Corey. He says that his tyres were about to blow or something, but perhaps pushed a little bit too hard early. But it was probably out of him and I wouldn't even say I was the deserving winner of that, because he had the outright pace. But we'll take it as it comes, though. It was good, but I felt a bit bad sending it on him. But no, it was fantastic to race against, and definitely some of the best fun I've had in ages. Yeah, mate. Definitely one of the most exciting races that we've seen this season, with 3 lead changes on the last lap. I thought we kept saying that you needed to be close enough and wait for him to run wide there at the first corner, rather, and he did on the last lap, but you weren't close enough to capitalise, and we kind of thought it was all over at that point. But you came back at him at the hairpin, and then he went for the dive. Honestly, at the hairpin, I didn't know if the thing was going to stop or not. Like, I just threw it in there. All 4 wheels could have locked for all I was concerned. It was just wild. But no, it was great racing. And, I could have gotten... I knew coming out of the final corner was probably my best chance. But then, when you get to the hairpin, and I knew he was perhaps a little bit struggling on brakes as well. So I just threw it down there and saw what happened. And... lo and behold, I think it's one of those 50-50 things, because he could have turned down, and lucky he didn't. But it just shows that, it was great racing between him and I didn't want to turn down on him. I tried everything in my power to not run into him, and it's good that we had a great race, yeah.
You certainly did, yeah. We saw him, he turned out of it. But as we both said, you have to send it. Both of you had to send it in those opportunities, or you weren't going to win the race. So awesome racing, mate. Good stuff, and good bounce back from the first race, and also a good result for Ultimate 9 tonight, with having 2 cars on the podium in the second one, and 1 in the first race. So good stuff out there.
And I reckon Scott Murrell has turned around the fortunes for Ultimate 9, being the local Territorian and that being his home track. So it was good. So, good night all round. Thanks, Kurt.
No worries. Thanks, Hans. And we'll see you at Townsville in 3 weeks. Well, it's up to you, Stiggy. I'm going to drag Corey Macfarlane in. You can have a chat to him if you want, or we can both sort of have a bit of a chat.
Yeah, I reckon we'll both have a bit of a chat to Corey.
Okay. Corey, mate, another race win in race 1 tonight. And then race 2, kind of got attacked from Dane Liccardo pretty early on, who was being rather aggressive and going a bit hard. And then, towards the end of that race, the pace looked like it fell off. The tyres looked like they fell off. And you had Hans Brunswick all over you. Tell us about it.
The start of the race was pretty chaotic, to say the least. Fair few aggressive moves from what I saw in the rearview mirror as well. And then, just had a bit of a gap I think it was about 3 or 4 seconds at one point, and then just tried to save the tyres from there because wasn't 100% how much they drop off to the end, and I was expecting all the others to have the same issue or be thinking about that, and I wasn't expecting Hands to catch up that much. But yeah, when he got to me, it was just park it on the apex and save the tyres. But yeah, it was bloody good fun. Best racing I've had in this series so far. Yeah, it's just awesome.
Yeah, it was an awesome race, mate, and we said that that's what you needed to do. You just needed to defend, part the bus. The only real place that he could have a move at you was turn one, and you kept doing that and keeping it on the apex there. And then the other thing as well is that when you did get past, you weren't defeated. You came back at him, which is what we like to see, because we thought with 3 laps to go that it was going to be all over, but you came back at him and you got back in front.
Yeah, it was just have a last lap lob, but I reckon if I'd been any further back, I wouldn't have bothered, because as much as, it's good to have a lob at someone and make it interesting, you just don't know what's going to happen if you hit them and ruin their race and cop a penalty. So, yeah, I'd seen a lob that went down at the last corner at the start of the race and thought that was a bit of a half-assed move, but yeah, just took it pretty cautiously and thinking about the long term in the championship. So, yeah, but it was awesome fun.
Exactly right, mate. Well, I believe you would have... Well, I don't believe. I know you've extended your championship lead tonight over Lachlan Bourke. He didn't really have the greatest of nights by his standards. So it's been an all-round good night. You know, almost 2 wins. 1 win and a second place by the smallest margin. So once again, a good performance. Yeah, I'm guessing we'll see you again at Townsville, and hopefully you can put on another strong result.
Yep, looking forward to that, because that's a pretty cool track. But yeah, can't wait.
No worries. Thanks, Corey. Is there anyone that you'd like to thank?
Thanks to Drop Bear Motorsport, Daiwn Warren, always giving me tips and stuff, and just a great bloke.
No worries. We'll catch you
See
next
you later.
time.
Yep.
So who else have we got? We've got Dane Liccardo and Lewis Wedding. I'm going to chat to Lewis Wedding because he's had a bit of a shocking series so far. So, Lewis, mate, you've had some interesting races so far this season, but 2 podiums tonight, 2 third places. I'm sure that you'll be happy with that.
I think that's the first night of overall racing I've had literally all year in every series I've done where I've not been punted off the road. So I am more happy about that than what I am about the results of the racing.
Yeah, well, it's a common thing to see you get punted off the road, as bad as it is. So it's pretty relieving, I guess.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, very, very happy times. If I had champagne, I'd probably be spraying it all over the room right now. And but yeah, no, it was good fun to be out there. Shame I couldn't be a little bit faster, but you know, being 4th, 5th, pretty much most of the rounds, it's sort of where I am. But no, it was good fun. And that last lap there was a bit of a spectator with a pretty good view, and was cheering on Hans, and he thankfully got it done.
Yeah, good result for the team to get a win. But you guys seem to have the tyre saving thing down pat there with the end of that race. Both of you's come on really strong, and we thought for a second there that if those guys kept fighting, that you might have even been in with a shot at it with how much you came, and you managed to make the move on Daiwn earlier on towards the end of that race as well.
Yeah, I was actually tracking on to be sort of, you know, be on the back of that pack, but the last probably 2 or 3 laps, it just yeah, my own tyres weren't the best, and I couldn't quite maintain the speed. But no, we both had like, I think me and Hans had completely different setups, and they both seemed to work. So hopefully going forward, we'll be able to get something a little bit closer. So, you know, come the 1000 and stuff, we'll be able to you know, sort of pretty quick setup out. But no, really good for the team. And yeah, Ultimate 9, the ultimate team in AC Super 2.
Yeah, well, you managed to get 9th in your team locked out 9th in qualifying in one race, and then you had 3 cars in front of P9 in race 2, but not P9. So need to work on that, I guess, is locking out all the 9s. But good performance nonetheless from Ultimate 9 with your now 5 cars on the grid. as Sticky was saying, you need to get 9 cars on the grid.
Yeah, another four cars. So anyone that's watching that's thinking of racing will definitely take on another 4 cars just to get it to 9.
How many more combinations of the numbers 6 and 9 can you run even?
Well, I suppose there's 6, 6, 9. And there's, I guess, a couple of other variations, but I don't think there's actually too many outside of maybe chucking some zeros in there.
Well,
cheers, boys, and thanks for putting it on.
No worries. Thanks for coming and having a good time and having some fun. And we'll see you next round at Townsville.
Yeah, mate.
Well, I'm going to drag up one last person. We'll talk to Mr. Liccardo. We'll find out how his night went. Daiwn, mate, P2 in the first one, P5 in the second one. Very interesting start to the race. You seemed to get the start, got run wide there on the first corner, and then went for a big dive at the last corner and got in the lead. And then, from our point of view, it looked like you choked the lead. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I did choke the lead, but I was also had the red mist from being had off essentially when I hadn't had him off this entire weekend. You know, in the end, I decided to back off in the second race because I knew if I hadn't, I was going to fire someone off.
Fair enough, mate. Well, it's good you didn't fire someone off, but we commented on it that you're on the headlight button more than you're on the apex of the corners on the third lap of the race. So,
look, not to name names, but some of the driving levels were not to scratch, including myself, but some was lower than others. It was, yeah.
Well, that's a fair opinion to have, I guess, depending on which way you look at the incidents, and I'm sure the stewards will take a close eye at everything that went on. But outside of that, mate, good pace tonight. You were probably the second fastest car on pace, and we had you down as a possible winner tonight, but you still haven't been able to get the bickies.
I reckon I could have won that second race if hadn't gotten the red mist. That's racing.
Well, mate, you've got another opportunity at Townsville in 3 weeks' time. How do you see your form heading there?
I was pretty quick last year. I just got involved in too many incidences. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm not going to comment on how I think I'll go because someone will call me out on it.
Fair enough, mate. Well, best of luck when we get there, and hopefully you can get it done and stay out of dramas.
One or two is going to happen. Just see which one.
Well, that was definitely, you could tell in Daiwn Liccardo's voice, he's pretty fired up about that start of the race. So, yeah. Interesting to say the least. But, you know, from what I saw, there was a few people playing some silly games, and at the end of it, the one not playing the silly games is the one who ended up with the victory. So it's really the way to look at it.
You've just got to be there at the end.
That's it. It doesn't matter who you. It doesn't matter how you do it. You've got to be there on the last lap, not the first lap. And that was the strategy that Hans Brunswick played in that race, and he played it to perfection, and he got it done. So I think that is something to look at for everybody else there in that race, is that it's not always the fastest car and where you are in turn one or the first lap that determines what happens in the race.
In these sort of races, you keep your nose clean, the results will come to you.
And we look at that with someone like Lewis Wedding, who finally tonight did not have a drama, and he was up the front. Look at even Latino, P4 in that last race out of 9th. He kept it clean, didn't get involved in anything, made his way through a number of people just sitting there, and while Lachlan and Termo battled in front of him. So a number of stories like that. A claim bite, P11, that's another standout performance. I didn't see him in any of those cars that were off the road. So it really shows that the results come if you don't get yourself into dramas. Well, it's going to be a wrap here from Hidden Valley Raceway. We'll be back tomorrow night. Well, I won't be. I always say this, but I'll be on the racetrack, and so will my co-commentator here. The professionals will be in the booth with Stairs and Madbird. But it's been a pleasure having you join me, Stiggy.
Oh, it's been a pleasure being up in the commentary box. Something a bit different. It's been a long time since I've done any racing commentary.
Yeah, well, I don't know what your experience even is. It's been that long, so
It's not great.
I needed a main game driver to fill in tonight with Cole's absence, and we're hoping that he'll get well soon and be back at the next round. But it's been good to have you to watch the action, and it certainly delivered.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed tonight. It was a great race to get on the comms for.
Yeah, that certainly delivered. Well, thanks for having you, and we might see you again in the comms box. We might not. We don't know what the world has in store for in the universe.
I guess it depends if I get lost on the way to the track again.
Yeah, well, thank you for your little piece at the start there. It was insightful. We
now know a bit more about the motor racing venues that are around Hidden Valley Raceway.
Yeah, it is a pretty large
That's all I can
motorsport precinct, and it is kind of a bit lost that everyone just thinks, oh, there's just a racetrack there, but speedway, dragway, kart track. As I say, it's a venue I've visited myself, and I thoroughly have enjoyed it, and I've visited all of the venues up there.
And there were tracks I did not even cover while I was out there. There's a burnout pad that's on the side of the drag strip that I didn't even cover.
That is correct, and also you missed the rallycross layout that people found in warm-up, it seems.
I think I took that on when I jumped the stadium truck.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think we didn't have the right driver for the burnout pad. We needed a guest appearance from one Mr. Thomas McMillan for that.
That we did, but unfortunately he's unavailable tonight, or I would have had him up here and make his return to comms, but he's still an absentee. Well, I'm going to call it at that. And so thanks for watching, everybody that's watching, and hope you enjoyed the racing, and we'll be back next time at Townsville in 3 weeks. Thanks for watching, and catch us later.
Number 9, 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 number 9.